toward a different or leans too much toward Bergsma. Of course, she comes up with the ace there. Here we're seeing the serving that is putting such pressure on BYU, especially those short serves. BYU taking too long to adjust.
Both teams hitting it pretty well. The blocks 4-2 in BYU's favor, but the ace is really one of the big stories tonight. Good balance too from Oregon, whereas BYU relying very heavily right now on Jennifer Hampson to score all their points. Third set underway here in Omaha. The winner to the Elite Eight tomorrow night in either Nebraska or Washington. And BYU will start things off with the point.
And they're going for a little more balance in their offense. You can see that they must have talked about that in the locker room. Let's get the ball to somebody besides Hampson. I think that was called a lift. Yep.
No goal against Kanace Finley. 2-zip Cougars. Hanneman, the senior from Alpine, Utah. Trying to get some points back, as Oregon has very effectively kind of picked on her 5'8" size at the net and attacked a lot over her head.
Exactly. And now they try to go at Gray.
Setting to the outside, Hampson off the tape and over. Joust at the net. Rolling it over the top. Fisher, you could hear BYU yelling out roll.
Oh boy, that's trouble.
And into the antenna. Point BYU.
You could see Brenner apologizing. She just shot that toward the net too quickly for Kat Fisher to get to.
Well, sometimes you see you get out to that 2-0 lead and you come out of the locker room and you're feeling a little too comfortable. BYU taking advantage as the aggressor, and then Brenner responds.
Yeah, there are lots of times we've seen that 10-minute intermission.
Can be the worst thing for you.
Yes, exactly. It cools those teams down. Lots of coaches who have that lead don't like taking it. They want to cancel the intermission, just go straight into third set.
Hampson crushes one. Point Cougs.
Hampson going over number 12 on your screen, Kat Fisher, who's at about 5'10", so that's the proper choice, the mismatch that Heather Hanneman's going for BYU.
BYU will give one away, 4-3, and Bergsma serving. And Bergsma returns the favor. Fourth service error for the Ducks. Back to Hampson, the 6'7" junior. West Coast Conference Player of the Year. Big swing from Fisher for the kill.
Boy, what a nice job. First she had to make the pass that pulled her right to the sideline. And then she gets her feet there and lays into it. Hitters have to be able to be prepared to do that every time, outside hitters, to pass and hit. Fisher, exemplary on that.
Popped up by Jardine. Brenner. Another good get. Withers. Cross-court Brenner tries to push it down the sideline and gets the kill.
Kill by Liz Brenner. Point Oregon.
We've seen some confusion in the backcourt for BYU. Heather Hanneman in set number 2 running toward the ball, making her teammates think she was going to get it. Hampson on that last play. They got to get a little better communication on BYU side of the net in the backcourt.
Point BYU. Alexa Gray now returning. She'll come back on for the Cougars, number 9 in blue.
And let's see if we have Williams running wider. Nope, they set the other way.
And it's Brenner getting it through the block. Point Oregon. Brenner with 14 kills now on the day. Her best this season, a 26 kill performance against the Cal Bears.
And Coach Moore loves the serve reception and the game of Liz Brenner. So athletic, but ball control and hitting efficiency, and she's notching kills tonight for sure.
Bergsma stuffed by Gray. The solo setback.
You probably want to get more than one blocker up on somebody like Elena Bergsma. But that time BYU comes away with the stuff.
5th block today for BYU. No chance to send that back. And another kill for Liz Brenner.
Serving for the Ducks, Laura Plum.
Right through the number 2 blocker in the country's arms in the number 15, Nicole Warner for BYU.
Back row, but long. Jennifer Hampson, Point Oregon. Oregon on top for the first time here in the 3rd. Block able to slow it down. The set outside to Bergsma. Popped up. Gray. Back row, the tip from Fisher. Point Oregon, another one for Brenner.
Point Oregon.
We've seen some confusion in the backcourt for BYU, but not here. I like how Kat Fisher in the middle of that rally called off her teammates and put up a good set for Bergsma to swing at.
Gray, nice pass, gets it right back. Now Bergsma. Hanneman going to go back to Gray, and the freshman tips and gets it down.
Well, we've seen the roll shot from Gray, that time the tip. But it too is a deceptive shot. Most outside hitters give it away a little more than that if they can get her the ball more, and that means controlling the serve of Oregon. They can still have a shot to win this match.
Overpass, point BYU. Nicole Warner. "17 blocks in their first and second round matches for BYU. Sends one back there.
2 nice covers by the libero, Haley Jacob. I like the work she's doing.
Double contact called on Oregon. Point BYU back on top.
That's so reassuring when you're a hitter, when you have somebody ready when the ball comes back or gets blocked, ready to help you out, like Haley Jacob did twice that last rally.
Number 2 all time in career digs. It's BYU right now with a nice run.
And here's that second cover by Haley Jacob, keeping her team alive. And then another cover there that was called by the referee, but that's called hitter coverage. It's like rebounding in basketball. Got to do the work to help your hitters out.
6 blocks now tonight for BYU, and a must win for the Cougars here in the 3rd. They're up 2. BYU trying to get back in this match against Oregon as Jim McLaughlin looks on, the head coach for the Washington Huskies. They are on deck against Nebraska. Well, about 45 minutes away from campus. The Huskers at home here in Omaha. The other regional semi going on right now. Penn State leading Kentucky 2-zip. Trying to get into the regional final. And just underway a couple of moments ago, the USC-Wichita State matchup in Austin. Not a busy night. All of the regional semifinals played tonight. The regional finals all afternoon and evening tomorrow on ESPN2 starting at 4 o'clock Eastern.
Coach Moore and his wife unhappy with that non-call. They felt like the BYU setter on that play mangled the ball and just a double contact.
Bergsma gets the kill. Point Oregon.
Serving for the Ducks is Liz Brenner.
Elena now 13 kills and 34 attempts. Hitting .265 tonight. Plum goes to get it. Fisher cross court. Withers was there off the tip. Not disguised well enough that time. You were just talking about that from the outside hitters.
Well, Bergsma was ready for that block, but even more so getting up and taking a good swing. She sees the block well, so you've got to close some seam on her between middle blocker and blocker.
Hanneman setting Hampson. Jacob, another save. Tried to get one more, couldn't keep it in play. Point BYU.
Into the Cougar lineup and serving Sierra Parker.
Sierra Parker now coming on to serve for the Cougars. Back row, Fisher. Hanneman all the way cross court to Jessica Jardine.
Point BYU.
We saw BYU make that change in the second set. Went with Jardine more. Normally she plays back row, but they're leaving her in the front. Then coming up with the ace now, returning the Oregon ace favor and putting themselves in a position. Really what you want to do if you're BYU is just figure out a way to get 25 points, get one set under your belt so that, ooh, and you hate to see the missed serve after that, but you want the athletes to know, yes, we can take a set off this team. Maybe that means we could take 2 or 3, but you got to get that one.
Well, without a clock, that momentum so critical.
Nice hustle.
Good play by Oregon. BYU. Hanneman going to Hampson. Didn't get enough mustard on it. They'll try the quick set. Back to Hampson at 6-7. Over the top of the block for the kill.
Oregon defended well. They got the tip up from Hampson, so she decides, all right, enough messing around. I'm going to crush the ball cross court.
13 kills, hitting .379. Sliding behind, they try that wide slide again to Williams. That time BYU had it covered. Hampson diving in to make the play is Jacob. Fisher into the net. Point BYU.
Not only diving, but flying across the court was Haley Jacob on that play. She knew nobody else was going for that. Literally getting air. Nicely done.
Went totally horizontal, but could not save the day. The Cougars up 5. They need this to extend the match.